But we also need to take steps to protect the vulnerable. And we set out in the plan how we would be prepared to do that and to advise the elderly and the vulnerable who are most at risk from this virus to protect themselves, to shield themselves by self-isolating. And we'll be setting out when that's necessary. We don't want to do that too soon, because if we do, it's clearly not an easy thing for people to do. It's not an easy thing for people to sustain. But the critical thing is we need to be ready, and everybody as a community needs to be ready to support the people who are being shielded for their own protection, the elderly and the vulnerable.
I'm keen to talk more about this shielding, because there'll be lots of people watching who'll be wanting to know exactly what this means in practice. So there are reports that the government is going to be asking people over the age of 70 to self-isolate, to stay at home for up to 4 months. Is that right?
Well, the answer to that is not yet, and the reason that we are not saying that yet is just because of this length of time that people would have to take that action to protect themselves.
But is it going to happen at some point?
Is very long. That is in the plan, yes, it's clearly in the action plan. The thing that we're saying today is that we need a national effort also to help prepare the NHS. So we've been working to buy as many ventilators as we can, because that's one of the critical things that's needed for people who are ill.
I'm keen to talk about that in a moment.
Today, the Prime Minister is...
I'm keen to talk about that in a moment, but just to be crystal clear on the elderly, the government will be asking the over 70s to self-isolate, potentially for a period of months, at some point in the future.
That is in the action plan, yes, and we'll be setting it out with more detail when it's the right time to do so, because we absolutely appreciate that that is a very big ask of the elderly and the vulnerable, and it's for their own self-protection.
Are we talking about days, weeks away? How long are we talking?
Well, certainly in the coming weeks, absolutely.
OK, thank you.